Alright, so yesterday I kind of done goofed on something. And by kind of, I mean, holy cow, I feel so bad I didn't do this. Yesterday I completely forgot to say something about Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I mean, technically I didn't have to, but I do try and be, smart and good about these sorts of things. So I'll just do this. The day that Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated is a day that will always live in infamy in American history. He was arguably the greatest leader this country has ever seen. And considering what his original dream was, well, first of all, you ask the question, have we reached that dream? But I can say that we as a society have come so very far, and yet we still have so very far to go. It really makes you wonder what his opinion of society is today, if he were alive. Although, if he were alive, he'd be like well over 100 years old. Seriously, I think he was like 50 or 60 years old when he was assassinated, so. Actually, no, let me look that up. King Jr. Okay, so he was approaching 40 years old. He'd be like, okay, be in his 90s. Okay, never mind. I think that, it'd be like 90 or something. So, okay, maybe not that old, but he still would have been very old, and it's not 100% guaranteed that even if he wasn't assassinated, he would be alive today just because, old age. But the point is, it is a day that we really should. I mean, yesterday, well, first of all, I hope we all had a wonderful day yesterday. But it is a day that we got to think long and hard about where we are as a society and how far we still have to go. And I'll just leave it at that. Needless to say, not talking about this yesterday is my low. But, my high and my active kindness are, fine. I got to spend the day with my family yesterday, my folks. And my act of kindness was not only did I clean up, because here's the thing. Sometimes when my mom makes turkey like she did on Sunday, she doesn't clean up everything in the kitchen. So when I visited them yesterday, well, they weren't home. I cleaned up everything for them, and I actually got to make dinner. Yeah, I actually made dinner for my mom and dad. And, me, of course. Full disclosure, my mom the other day actually got like a full rotisserie chicken that we never even touched. So I put that in the oven at like 250 for an hour. And I made toast for sandwiches for that chicken. I also made a salad. And I also made Brussels sprouts. Love Brussels sprouts. So, yes, it was a very nice, lovely, quiet, dinner with, really, because here's the thing, my mom was working for like 2.5 hours from like 4:30 to 7. So, it was just my dad and I, but it was still a good dinner. Again, rotisserie chicken, we made chicken. And here's the thing, though. Here's what I did, though. My mom made like a ton of gravy from when she made that turkey. So what I like to do is I make my chicken sandwich and I pour gravy on top of that and eat it with a knife and fork. It's incredibly messy and it's so good. It's really good. That's actually something I always look forward to, chicken sandwiches. Oh, don't worry. There's still like a whole ton of turkey left. My mom is actually going to be making either turkey soup or turkey pot pie in a couple days. So that's actually those are both actually mom foods I should be talking about. Really, like, not just like, just poultry and poultry pot pie or poultry soup is what I should, I mean, it's going to be turkey, but she's obviously made it with chicken. Seriously, whose mom hasn't made them chicken noodle soup before, you know? Even if it was like Campbell's chicken noodle soup from the can, which, you know, is always a good thing. You know, everybody loves Campbell's chicken noodle soup. I know I do. You know, even though people like that, you know, sometimes homemade is just better. And I can't wait till I see my folks again on Thursday. I mean, I'll be seeing my dad a little bit later today, but I'm not really going to spend that much time with him. So, you know, I know I'm not going to see my folks every day. I should know that. I shouldn't, you know, dwell on the fact that I'm not going to see my mom for a couple of days. That's fine. I mean, I went to Trinity Pauling and I went to Gettysburg College, both times in which I was away from my parents for very long periods of time where I didn't even see them. So, a couple days, it's nothing for me in the grand scheme of things. I can handle it. Although I do miss my folks whenever I don't see them. So, there you go. Good morning and happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's see. I guess, actually, yesterday was kind of a bit of a scare because, like, when I was visiting my folks, believe it or not, it actually started snowing. Not bad by any stretch of the imagination because it wasn't sticking, but it's the sort of snow where if you're not careful, it really could impede your vision. Plus, it was still cold enough where it could have stuck. And actually, I was walking out to my car earlier this morning, and even though the actual roads and concrete, that part isn't icy, sidewalks kind of are. So, I mean, not to the point where I got, like, you know, penguin walk in order to walk on it, but it's still stuff that, you know, you gotta be careful about. And plus, you know, we're in that time of year where, full disclosure, it's not even 6 a.m. right now when I'm recording this, and it is pitch black out. You're probably wondering, what are you doing up so early? Well, simply put, I really have nothing better to do. I don't really mind it. I mean, yeah, I am a little bit tired, but, you know, I'm not gonna, yeah, I could take a nap or something after this. I'll have to see about that and see what I do. Anyway, seriously, I mean, I am still kind of bummed I didn't talk about Martin Luther King Jr. the way I did, but actually, it's not really a great defense, but I want to say it's been 2 weeks since, you know, the newest One Piece manga chapter had come out at that point, and I was really interested in reading it, which I'm glad I did. Seriously, it's been like well over 24 hours. I'm still laughing at, like, that one. I'll put a link in the description as to what that image is, because I just still laugh at that the entire time. So, my thoughts were correct, though. There's not going to be another manga chapter until the 31st, which, you know, I should expect at this point. January really is a slow month for One Piece. It usually is. I mean, I get it. It's a new year. The holiday season's over and stuff like that. And believe me, it doesn't just apply to America, but also applies to other parts of the world, including Japan, Spain, Italy. I could go on and on. Actually, a fun, interesting fact about Japan that I learned a while ago is, believe it or not, a Christmas tradition in Japan, believe it or not. And I'm not kidding about this. This is actually what they do in Japan as a Christmas tradition. They have KFC for dinner. I know. I'm actually, that's a great Christmas dinner, actually. I wouldn't mind having KFC for dinner. I love KFC. You know, that actually just reminded me, there's this one show I watch this is one channel on YouTube I watch called Watcher. Kind of redundant there. But they've done like top fives of like fast food chains, potato chips, Pixar movies, all that stuff. I saw the one about fast food, and it actually made me wonder, like, what's in my top five? And I don't quite have an established order, as any one of them I really could switch on a dime. But, well, actually, to be perfectly honest, I don't really know what my top five is. But I can tell you at least two that are in my top five. Chick-fil-A and Five Guys. So that's two in my top five. Actually, no, maybe I can... You know, I could probably do an impromptu top five. Again, I wouldn't... Here's the thing. I don't know if I could really do an order, per se. But... Actually, it really wouldn't be any... For now, it wouldn't be in any particular order. But... Man... It's actually kind of hard for me to do. Because, for sure, again, Five Guys and Chick-fil-A would be there. In-N-Out would be in there. Because I've had an In-N-Out before. In Las Vegas, of all places. Definitely not Taco Bell. Man, that's hard. I mean, I don't want to be wrong about this either, is the thing. I mean, I love Wendy's. I love Burger King. You know, I love McDonald's. I love the big three, but I actually love Long John Silver's. I love A&W. I love Popeyes. I just said I loved KFC earlier. It's hard for me to come up with the top five, actually. I'm not going to lie. In fact, to be perfectly honest, those three I just mentioned, you know, In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, and Five Guys, for now they are, but I don't know. Man, this is tough. See, this is why I don't really come up with a top five, because even if I did come up with a top five, I would have to come up with an order at some point. I don't know if I could do that. But I just gave you a list of several fast food chains that I like. So, you know, you have that going for you. Have I been anywhere else? I have, actually, Gettysburg had a Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen's awesome. I love that. Although, it really was more for frozen treats and dairy and stuff. So, man. I'm sorry, it's just like really hard for me to do. Did I say I like Long John Silver's? Yeah, I did, didn't I? Man, one day I'm gonna come up with the top. Actually, at this point, can I even really do a top? See, this is why it's hard. Because, like, what would constitute as fast food, or what constitutes as a restaurant chain, you know? It's really hard for me to pin down. Someday I'll do a top five, but for now, like, those restaurants, all the ones I just mentioned, like, know that I really do love those places. I really wouldn't trade them for anything. And if I have an opportunity and, you know, the money to burn, sure, I'll go there. Sure, why not? So, yeah, there you go. Like, favorite, share, the subscribe button, follow me on the social platform, turn notification YouTube. I am very humbled to make this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or chat, I'm most certainly going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. Yeah. Something like that tickle my throat there. Always have your back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.